Hi, I'm Helen Claire. So today we're going to be thinking about improving our flexibility in our hip flexors and the quadriceps to help with our hip extension when running, to help propel us forwards. And hip flexor complaints are so common in runners. It's really worth taking the time to work on this area, releasing tension from there. So we're going to need at least one block or something similar, but two of them could be really useful. You may also like to have a towel or a blanket nearby. And we'll get started. Okay, so we're going to start lying down. You'll need one block. Let's have your block by one side. Come and lie flat on your back. And just notice how you feel. Notice any little areas of tension that you might be able to feel just lying here doing nothing. Notice the length of your spine, how tall you feel. I'm going to bend the knees, take the feet flat, lift the hips, and place your block, or whatever it is you have, of this similar size, underneath your sacrum. There. So not in the lower back, sacrum and bum. Slowly stretch the legs out. If this is uncomfortable, either in your lower back or across the hip flexors here, try a rolled up yoga mat or even a rolled up towel instead of the block here if this feels like too much. Okay, so from here we could draw one knee in. So I'm going to hold on to my right knee. I'm going to lift and hover my left leg, push through my heel. And then just a couple of inches lift that extended leg and start to drop it down just until you can start to feel a bit of a pull. Lift it. And drop it. So keep pushing away through the heel. Good. Drop it, relax it. Relax that leg completely if you like. If it feels good, just now take your head towards this knee. This foot might lift from the floor, that's fine, but just see how much you can relax it. Alright, let's come down. I'm going to switch sides. Draw the left knee in, or the other one. Take the other leg out. So this can already feel nice here. We're just going to switch on the muscles here a little bit first. So hover, just up and down a few times, really pushing away through the heel. And then drop it down, let it rest, either stay as you are or take your head up towards your knee again. See if there's a difference either side. Good. Alright, calm down. Let's remove the block from underneath. Just stretch your legs out and just notice how you feel now. It might be ever so subtle, but see if there is just a little bit of an extra feeling of length through the front of the body, over the top of the hips. Okay. So draw your knees in, either rock up or roll to the side and push yourself up. Let's come to downward facing dog. So step your feet back, hips up nice and high. And just ease into the backs of your legs there briefly. Lengthening out your spine nicely, and then we'll step the feet up towards the top. Hang. And then roll all the way up to come and stand. Okay. If you feel like you have fairly sensitive knees at the moment, grab your towel or blanket and just have it nearby. I'll show you. Or even actually, if you think you're going to use it for your knees, just place it across your mat where your knees are going to come. Okay, grab a couple of blocks handy near the top of your mat. Let's start some sun salutations. Stand nice and tall, reach all the way up. Exhale, soften the knees, fold down. Inhale, lengthen the spine again and step your right foot back. Drop your knee to the floor, mat or your blanket. Hands onto your hips. Now tip your tailbone down, reach your arms up. Hands to the floor. Move my blocks out of the way. Step back to a plank. Lengthen, scoot forward, come all the way down. Inhale, roll back your shoulders, cobra. And exhale down. Let's come back up, downward facing dog. Lift your heels, draw your right knee under and step your right foot through to the top. Take your time. Back knee comes down again, hands come to the hips. Again, tip the pelvis back, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, step to the top. Feet hip width. Fold in, chest to thighs. Hands to thighs, come halfway up, belly draws in. Come all the way up, reach your arms. Okay, second side, reach your arms. Tailbone lengthens. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, heart lifts. Your hands might be on your blocks. Left foot steps back, knee to the floor. Hands to your hips. Knee comes just wherever it lands, keep it there. And just this little tip back with the pelvis. So isolate through the hip flexors, particularly psoas in here, reach the arms. Exhale, hands down. Step back plank. Long through the tailbone, scoot forward all the way down. Inhale, toes are back. Peel yourself up. Exhale down. Downward facing dog. Lift your heels. Let's draw the left knee under. Step it to the top. Back knee comes down. Again, hands to your hips. So noticing here how it feels as you tip the pelvis back, what you can feel across the front of the hip into the thigh. Reach up. Hands down. Step to the top. Again, you might be using your blocks to make that a little bit easier. Then halfway up, so bend your knees, push your thighs away, lift your chest. And then all the way to stand and reach. Great. All right, adding on from there. Let's reach all the way up. Exhale, let's fold down. Spread your fingers, push your hands. I'd like you to walk back to a plank. Lengthen your tailbone. And you can always drop your knees here, but keep everything else nice and long. Slowly come down. Inhale, open your chest, peel up, relax your shoulders. Exhale down. Okay, make your way back up into your down dog, so this inverted V shape, hips up really high. Let's take the right leg up into the air. Doesn't matter how far, might just be a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna hug the knee underneath and then step it through to the top or give it a hand. Find your balance, bring your hands to your hips. Look straight ahead, shorten your stance a little bit if you need to. So, as we drop the tailbone, let's also bend the back knee toward the floor. Hands can be on your hips here. Let's come back up, reach your arms. Hands to your chest, tip your torso partway forwards. Belly draws in, let's use the core. Right onto your toes, and then we'll draw this back foot all the way up in towards our chest. Okay, using the hip flexors. Stand tall. Good, and then using the strength of that balancing foot, let's take this foot behind. Feel free to use a wall, or use both hands on this foot. Lengthen the tailbone and point this knee straight down. kick away into your hands a little bit. Relax the shoulders. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Let's lift the knee, lift the arms. And send it all the way back. Hands to the floor, back knee to the floor. Pause, couple of breaths. So let's try that on the second side. Hands down, push back, down dog. Take your left leg up a little bit or a little bit further. And draw your knee underneath you, so knee towards your nose. Yeah, you have to draw in through the belly again. And set the left foot to the top. So bring your hands up onto your hips. So this action really starts to help us feel that pelvic tilt back, that posterior tilt, to lengthen the tailbone, drop the back knee. We get to lengthen through the hip flexors and the quadriceps here, reach the arms. Come back up, hands to your heart. Tip part way forwards, but stay nice and centered. And then draw that back foot all the way up towards your chest, and as tall as you can. Bring that knee as high as you can. And then let's take this foot back behind. Again, feel free to use a wall. One hand or both. But really find this knee going straight down as much as you can. Relax your shoulders, open your chest. And then kick your hand away. 3, 2, 1. Okay, release, draw your knee towards your chest, reach your arms. And then slowly set that right foot all the way back. Hands come down, back, knee drops. And just pause, rest there. Feel free to use your blocks under your hands. And step back. Down dog. And come onto your knees and come all the way down onto your front. Lengthen your legs back. Point your toes, press the tops of your feet down, lengthen your tailbone back. Hands either side. Rest your forehead down, lift the back of your shoulders and slowly peel yourself up. Let your head come up last into a cobra. Tailbone stays long, exhale back down. Again, inhale, shoulders back, chest, neck, and then head. Exhale down. Make a pillow with your hands, rest your forehead on it. Lift both legs as straight as you can and just take a little kick there. As though you were swimming in the air, legs as long as you can. Three, 2, 1. Relax. Okay. Let's keep the right forearm where it is. Lift your left foot. Now we'll just explore to see if you can find that foot there today. Don't worry if you can't, sorry. Keep both hip bones down on the floor, keep the tailbone long. Now push into your hand, lift your chest if you have the foot there. Good, keep pushing. And then relax, draw your foot in towards your hip. If you have the mobility in your shoulders, you could spin the fingers, draw it in a little bit closer. Might not be today. 2, and 1, and slowly release. And we'll just switch sides. So left arm comes down. Lift the back knee. If you can't find the foot today, don't worry. We do have to work progressively and gradually with our flexibility and mobility. If you've got it, then kick the hand away, lift your chest. 3, 2, 1. Relax the leg, bring it in, draw the heel in towards you. Maybe spin the hand if that's accessible today. 3, 2, 1. Slowly release. Now let's slide ourselves back to a child's pose, but have knees nice and wide. Rest your head on the floor or on your hands. And then come up onto your hands and knees. Step your left foot to the top. Now make a nice square shape here. Knee under back hip. Knee over front ankle, hands to your hips. Lengthen the tailbone here once more. Let's make a nice firm square shape with the legs. Lengthen the tailbone down. Just take a few breaths here. Okay, now bring your hands to the floor or use your blocks. Take your back knee back a little bit further, if you can. Remember, you've got your blanket or towel there to use if you feel you need to. Now keep tipping the tailbone back. You might be able to bring the hips a little bit further down, perhaps. And then you can either stay with your hands on your hips, floor or the blocks. A few more breaths here, just so that we can access the quadriceps a little bit more than previously. Good. Okay. Let's switch sides. Hands to hips again. Find that square, knee over front ankle, back knee under your hip. And then draw in through the belly. That's going to tip the pelvis back. It's going to help to isolate this psoas muscle that can accumulate so much tension in there. A few breaths. Hands down. Take the back knee back. It might just go back an inch or two. Come back up, re-engage. And then perhaps sink a little bit further. And as you progress with your yoga practice, really see if you can notice your own personal progress. How your body starts to change, open up, re-lengthen. Great. Okay, let's step back, downward facing dog. Now come and sit down. And actually come and lie all the way back. Bring the soles of your feet together. And just lift the knees just a couple of inches. Keep them level as you can. Relax them. Lift your knees. Last little thing, draw your knees in, take your legs into the air. And point your toes away. Really point legs just as straight as you can just now. And then push away through your heels. Really push. Good. Float your feet to the floor. Stick them down. Bring your hips up just a little way. A little lift with the hips. And back down again. Again, bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees just drop to the sides if that feels comfortable today. If it doesn't, then just keep your feet planted on the floor. A few breaths with the legs like that, and then just lengthen them out in front. And a few breaths there. Just seeing how everything feels just now. So take your time, spend a few minutes there. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed that class. Please let me know how you got on in the comments below. If you did enjoy it, then why not give me a thumbs up? And if you'd like to see more from me, then please subscribe to this channel. Check out my private Facebook group via the link below, where you'll also find some links to my yoga flow running retreats and courses. I'll see you soon.